Hey y'all, it's Michelle from the Scattered Scrapper. Welcome to my channel. Today is day 20 of Scrap-O-Ween. It is Killikit Sunday, and I have my page kit that I made out, and I also have the sketch for 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life for today, and it was created by Miss Carrie. And I'm going to be focusing on the left side today. I love all these banners that she has here in the sketch, so I'm definitely going to be doing that. And the photos that I'm going to be scrapping today are these here from our family get-together last year. And boy, did we have a time trying to get everybody together to get this group photo made. So, let's get started. For my background, I'm going to be using this burlap looking print paper, and then for all the banners that are in the sketch, I'm going to be using different widths of these papers here. So I'm going to cut a 1.5 inch and a 1 inch from each of these papers. And I looked on the back because I was thinking I could use both sides of the papers for my banners. I love that blue tealy color. It's so pretty. But I decided that I needed to get another paper, so I went and dug up this one here. And I can't believe I did not pick it out at the beginning, because these pictures are part of our Hillbilly Hoedown tee. And of course, we're all wearing plaid for the most part, so I needed to have some plaid on this layout. And that orange plaid is so pretty. I love it so much. Just about any plaid I like. And then I'm just going to figure out what order I want my strips to go in. And then what I decide to do is, well, first I cut another one of these smaller pieces of the tone-on-tone blue or tealy green, bluey green color, because I flipped over the other one to use the floral on the back. I think it was the teal one that had the floral on it. Yeah. And so I wanted to make sure that I had that teal color evenly distributed on my paper. And so I am going to do two different methods to make my banners. First, I'm cutting the strips at either 10 1/4 or 9 1/2 or 9 1/4. I can't remember now which one. I know I cut the longer ones 10 1/4 because I knew I was going to be cutting off some of the ends for the banner. And then these smaller ones here I cut at, I think, 9 1/2, and then I'm just going to use this little hexagon punch in order to make the little banner piece at each end. And for the bigger one, I just cut a little line up the center and then go from each edge to the center to make my little flag looking end piece there. And now I'm just going to make sure that this bottom piece here is straight, and miracle of miracles, it was actually straight. And then I'm going to put pretty much what I want at the very top, because I want to make sure that I cover the whole span of the background. I've got 1 inch kind of a border at the bottom, and I wanted to have 1 inch up at the top, but I end up having about 1.5 inches, 1 1/4 up there at the half. Oh my gracious, up there at the top. But I'm gonna just go ahead and get these in and glued down, and then I am going to just fill in the rest. Of course, I kind of forgot how I had them situated. But I'm putting them back on to make sure that everything is going to fit right, and I'm not going to have any big gaps or anything. And then I'm just going to go ahead and tape them all down. And of course, when you go through and do it again, you pick something up and you put it back down again, it's not exactly the same. So I end up with, I don't have a gap, so I didn't need to cut any more banners. As you can see, it fit just right. And then I'm going to figure out how I want my photos to go. Now, I knew I wanted them in the center because that's the way the sketch is. And I need them to overlap a little bit because they're full 4x6s. And if I just stack them one on top of the other, then they'll go all the way from the top to the bottom. And I do want to have some of my background showing on the bottom and the top. There is a little like tab looking thing at the top in the sketch, and I want to make sure I leave room for something to go at the top. And I thought I was going to put my title up there, but as you'll see here shortly, it doesn't work out. At least not in the sense that I had initially planned. And this is something I decided to do at, kind of spur of the moment. I decided to go ahead and bump my photos up with some foam. And I actually found in my little foam pack this brown that I think goes really, really well with this layout, even though you can't see it. It still matches. And I actually got that glue or not glue, but the tape to actually stick to the foam. I was so surprised. But I am also using the wet glue just in case, because I don't know, I don't really trust just the ATG tape with foam. I don't know why. I just don't. And then I used my T-ruler at the bottom to make sure that my photos were centered, and then I'm using it here to make sure that they're relatively straight. I really don't want to have wonky photos for this particular layout. And then I'm going to use this ribbon kind of like washi tape or a border strip, and I'm going to run it up the side here on the left, and I'm going to do it on the right. So I'm just kind of stretching it out to measure it, and this ribbon actually has a little bit of elasticity to it, so since it's a little bit stretchy, it's not exactly the right length, but it's fine. Once everything is said and done, you don't really pay it any attention. And this side, I just kind of gently tucked it up underneath the photo that's there. And I am going to put a little bit of this glue on the very ends so that the ribbon doesn't unravel. And it's going to dry clear so you won't see it. Now here's where you can see I messed up. I was planning on putting that family up there in that top corner where the little tab is in the sketch. But since I have bumped up my photo, it's not going to fit there anymore. So I have to find it a new home. And I was going to kind of title this Family and Friends, but once I kind of get everything down, either the Family and Friends can be the title if you want it to. That chipboard that I have there on the bottom right that says Harvest, Count Your Blessings, Family, Friends, that can be the title if you want it to be. And then there is going to be a word up there where that tab is in the sketch. So if you want to read that one as the title, then you can read that one as the title once it gets up there. But right now, I'm just making sure I have an and I didn't have room to spell out and, so I get to use one of those little and signs. And I just got a little tile alpha to do that with. And then here I'm going to put a little bit of foam underneath my chipboard so that it doesn't bend. And I don't know why I'm using this cream colored foam instead of some of that matchy brown colored foam. It doesn't really matter. You can't see it. But because I just needed a small piece, I just went to my little scrap bucket and got out a tiny piece of foam. And now I am finding places to put all of these little pieces that I picked out when I made my kit, and I am bound and determined that I am going to use all of these things that I pulled out. So here I am working on building up a cluster around my chipboard, and I want to do something similar over here with the family and friends. So I'm making sure that I have one of the flowers there, that I have one of the wood veneer leaves, and also using well, it's like thickers, but they're from Simple Story, so it's not thickers, but these little foam sticker things there, the little flowers. And I can't figure out where I want to put it. It just looks kind of weird everywhere I had put it, because I really liked the little burlap flower in the leaf where it was. So I went ahead and put the flower up there above family. And then here is where I put the word up there to kind of represent that tab. And of course it says thankful. So, and then this flower here, I was really sad when I pulled it out of the bag because its little wooden bead for the center of the flower was missing. It was gone. And I didn't think I was going to get it on this layout, but it just fit perfectly up there underneath thankful to kind of ground thankful to the layout. So thankful's not just kind of floating up there by itself. So I was really happy about that. And since that bead isn't there, the little cross of the T just fits just perfectly there. So I was excited about that. And then here I am putting a whole lot of glue on these flowers because they are kind of bumped up from away from the bottom of the layout. I want to make sure that I've got plenty of glue so that they don't fall off somewhere or get ripped or anything. And then now this up here, I fuss with this for so long. I really like the shape of this red leaf tucked in right there, but I like the color of the maple leaf, and I really wanted to get that color up there. And so since I couldn't decide what I wanted to do in that instance, I do what I normally do and I go do something else because I can't think of what else it is I want to do. So I have the rest of these little flowers to put. So I find a spot for those. And I'm thinking, well, I want the color up there more than I want the shape of that leaf up there. So before making that final decision, I look at the sticker sheet again to see if there was anything I want to use, but I didn't see anything, so I just went ahead and was like, okay, just put this leaf down here. It'll be fine. And so I go ahead and glue it down. And I really wanted to use some of the little birds that's on this sticker sheet, and that's why I keep coming back to it, because I really did want to use the tree stump with the little bird on top of it. And I kept thinking, I need another bird. I need some more birds. There were only 2 birds on that sticker sheet. And here I am trying to find a home for this leaf because I was like, man, I just have this one thing left. And I did find it a home. I put it right there, and I really love how this cluster area turned out. I think it looks really pretty. But yeah, that sticker sheet only had 2 birds on it, and I was disappointed because I wanted to put some birds on here. I don't know why. There's no reason to put birds on there. I just wanted to because I wanted that to use the bird on the stump. Oh, I could have just put it on there, but I think it turns out really nicely even without the birds. But of course I can't not put on the Distress Mica stain. So this one is Flickering Candle. It's my favorite. I'm going to need to probably buy a new bottle soon because I use it on just about everything all throughout the year, not just during October. And there is the layout. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out the links down below to see everyone else playing along with 30 Days of Sketches, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!